What's up, everybody? Dave's Garage here. Dave speaking to you. Hey, we're in my new camper. Dave's Garage is taking the show on the road. So we're in a 2019 Jayco Pinnacle. We're getting acclimated to it. This is about our third camping trip. And I'm going to show you how I break down this camper today and get it on the road. So let's check it out. So here's the tour of the Jayco. It's got a table, folds out, a couple extra chairs go there. These chairs, heated, reclining, massage chairs, pretty neat. That obviously folds out to a bed for extra sleeping. Tons of storage up top. There's also a fireplace, TV pops out right there. We've got our audio video unit up on top behind the drawers. Here's the kitchen, nice island. It's got a round ceiling, which I like, and a ceiling fan, so you don't feel like you're in a box. These ceilings are actually really super tall. I haven't measured them, but if I stand and jump, I can't touch the ceiling. But that's not saying much because I'm not super tall either. So we got a full-size refrigerator, cute little steps, cute little dog. Oh, cute wife there, cleaning up after the little dog. We'll see the bathroom, full-size shower, full-size toilet, small-size sink, but that's okay. And then here's the boudoir, pretty nice. We got a cat. It didn't come with the cat. We added that as an accessory. Doors right here. So this thing's got a refrigerator, or I'm sorry, a washer and dryer unit installed, which is pretty nice. And that's basically the extent of it. TV up there. Okay, so the first thing I always do is come to the bedroom. Got to shut the closet, put this strap on up here. I come up here, this is for the antenna, so we rotate that to the travel mode. And then other than that, that's about it. Everything's pretty clean up here. This is the unit for the slide, so we'll operate the slides after we get everything done outside. And then the little lady in here, she kind of takes care of everything on the inside as far as putting everything away. This island and the table needs to be removed before you close the slide. We'll have to figure that out on day one. And make sure all the drawers are shut. Kind of loose items off the counter. We kind of got them just tucked into the sink right now. So I'll take you outside, show you how we unhook this baby and get it prepped for the road. First cargo door on the side. It's got all the water hookups, sewer hookups. This comes in from the city water. This is a hose that I hooked up. This flushes out like the black tank and the toilet and whatnot. So first thing you want to take care of, in my opinion, is you got to pull this black lever right there, and that is this old poop chute right there. So we're going to clean the toilet out, and then I'll show you what's next. So after I pull the black tank, so that releases all the whole septic system, flushes it out. But the problem with that is this tube right here is still kind of dirty and funky. So what we'll do is we'll just close this black valve. And then there's two gray valves here. These are for the water, like when you shower and run the sink and whatnot. So I'll open these. And what that does is that drains any like shower water, sink water down through that septic tube, and then it cleans the tube out. That way when I unhook it, it's not dirty and funky. The old poop chute here is running clear with the gray tank flush. So it looks like there's a bit of water in there. Well, we just took showers and had breakfast, so we're gonna let that drain, and we're gonna move on to disconnecting all the hoses and then rolling this tube up. So I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so this is all a learning experience to me. I'm still pretty new to this. So one thing I just learned is you always want to turn off the city water before you disconnect the water from the camper. Otherwise you will get wet and you'll saturate the ground, and then you'll get muddy. So lesson learned. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect this poop chute. Now, I had an error with this at our last campsite, and I won't go into details, but there is no room for error when you're disconnecting the septic tube, so please pay attention. Okay, so the septic tube is drained. The next thing I'm going to do is just push these valves back in. So we'll push them back in, that way no more water comes out. Shut that little trap door right there, turn that, and then we will go over to where this connects. Now, this thing's not as nasty as I thought it was gonna be. Usually when you dump the black tank and then run the grays through it, the pipe's pretty clean. I'm still gonna wear gloves. This thing just twists one time, and then the cap unscrews out of the sewer hose, so it's pretty easy. So now that we got all the water and everything unhooked, the next thing I like to do is do the wheels. So these are X-Shocks. So just when you get the trailer settled, I put these on there, and that reduces any shimmy that the wheels might have. Just makes it a little more stable inside the coach for the occupants. Now these things down here, these are little ramps. So when I pulled in this side, this is the first side I've been to that wasn't concrete. This is just gravel and pretty wooded terrain. So the site was off a little bit. So in order for the auto levelers to work properly, I needed a little bit of propping these wheels up. Now they sell these click together blocks. Some people drive up on wood. These things are pretty cool. These things are just little wedges that you stick under the wheel, and then when you drive up, it lifts the wheels up, not off the ground, but it raises them up and levels the trailer a little bit. So we're gonna take these off both sides. The other thing that I always do is I take this Dewalt air compressor. This thing's super handy. It's got a little battery on board. It blows up rafts and tires. And so I always check the air pressure. What I found is we're traveling across country, and as the temperature changes, the pressure in the tires are changing. So I always check them the morning that I'm leaving on the trailer and the truck, and I use that thing right there. It's pretty easy. So we'll take these things off on both sides, and then I'll show you how we raise the levels up on the trailer. Prior to lifting up the levels, we're gonna come inside and we're just gonna close the two slides here. So we're gonna go this one first. It's all done just by a switch right here. Once again, got to check, make sure everything's locked and latched. The refrigerator right here has got a little lock on it we need to hit. So now we're going to do this other slide over here. And then just going to turn the ceiling fan off and go do the bedroom. Sorry I didn't make my bed today. And that's that. We're gonna power down, lift the levels up, and hook it up to the truck and go. Okay, so now we're ready to put the slides in. First thing I do, well, not the first thing because I'm new to this, it's a good idea to go around and make sure these propane tanks are off. This unit has a built-in onboard generator, so that's the propane tank for the generator. These guys are shut and locked. Here's the other. This one's got dual propanes. Just check, make sure all of them are off. Here's the auto level system. So we're gonna power it on. And then once it's powered on, we're gonna hit retract all. We're gonna hit retract all again. There we go. So now these guys are gonna start all these. Everything's gonna retract. We'll still be sitting on the front hitch, so it's not like the coach is gonna drop to the ground or anything. So we're gonna retract all these and then we'll get to it. These little trailer blocks from Anderson are really cool. They're just magnetic and they pop off. They're real easy to store. These little ramps that I showed you earlier are also made by Anderson. I had a problem with my auto leveler system. If these things travel too far, it'll throw an error code. So these take up a lot of slack, 8 or 9 inches, and then they also provide a much wider base than what comes with the coach. So I just stack these inside the cab. These ones up front will be the last to pull off, obviously. So we've got the Anderson blocks off the back, landing gear. So I need to pull in my power cord. Now this one's super cool. It's got an auto retract button, which is really nice. It'll help me fold this thing up pretty easy. I also have a surge protector on this thing from Progressive Industries. This is a 50 amp service. So I don't know, I had mixed reviews. Some people say that these electrical boxes aren't great at some places, and this just protects your coach. You know, I figure I got one of these on my 10-year-old plasma TV at home. I might as well have one on my brand new fifth wheel. So here we go. So everything's unhooked, shut off, and now we got to hook it up to the truck. So this camper has a hitch height reminder. So we're gonna power on and hit hitch height. And this should raise me up to the level it was when it dropped off, so I can hook up pretty easy to my truck. So these guys are working up front. You can see that this is starting to raise. One thing we had to do is lube up the hitch. So just get some WD-40 out here. All this thing's raising. And hit the hitch. So this is what our hitch setup looks like. I've lubed the top of it. So this is a Super Glide hitch. What this does is this hitch actually moves. So when I turn, this hitch will slide back and to the left or to the right on these little tracks, depending on where I'm turning. And that just helps me to make a 90-degree turn without smacking the cab of this RV into the cab of my truck. Helps for backing up. So we're gonna hook this sucker up. I'll show you how it's done. First thing I do is make sure that latch is open, make sure this is flush, lubed, and it is. And then this should be the same height to connect to that. So we'll get it hooked up. Okay, so we're all hooked up. Safety cable's on, the latch up there. We'll go ahead and plug the trailer brakes and lights up. This little guy down here, and we're good to go. That's good. Tailgate's up, and now we can go ahead and retract these. Original, the front landing gear rather. Okay, so the last thing to do is to get these little ramps off. So I think my point of attack is to pull forward. That'll pivot the wheels this way. We can release the back wedges, and then I can back off this thing. That's my plan. Never done it before. See what happens. Now we're just checking to make sure that the brake lights, turn signals work. Back up. Check. And that's it. We're wheels up, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the next spot. Hey everybody, so this is our third stop, Newberry, KOA in, what is this, North Carolina?
Sumter National Forest, South Carolina.
South Carolina. So we're here a couple days, pretty cool. Kind of earthy and woodsy here, dog park. Really friendly people, super clean. We enjoyed it. See you on the next one.